everybody, welcome back to Spirit Lit. This is a channel inspired by God to help you as a caregiver to support the children in your life to reach their very fullest potential. My name is Lily. I'm a first-time older mom to a 23-month-old boy who's keeping me young, and I'm also a trained Montessori teacher. And today is book rotation day. You may have heard of something like this, rotating books and toys. I'm just doing this today, so I thought maybe it would be helpful for you if I did a little bit of video about it. I'm going to talk about why would you do a book rotation, some pros, some cons, and then our setup, so you can see if anything resonates with you. So why? Why on earth would you do a book rotation? Doesn't that take up a lot more time and energy to have to dedicate one time a month? I do a monthly rotation to rotate all the books around. Why not just have them all out so that your children can just have access to them all the time? This is what I thought, and so I gave it an experiment and tried, even though I knew better as a Montessorian than to do that, but I did it anyway. We are a very low screen time family, and so my Bub's go-to is books. He loves to read. We read a lot. And so I wanted him to have access to all of his books all the time to keep him engaged. And the result was that I was overwhelmed and he was overwhelmed, and it was a lot more trouble than it was worth. So now I've gone back to book rotation, which I'm finding to be a wonderful thing to implement into our house once a month. So if you do mom math, I was spending probably maybe 5 minutes for the entire day just picking up books. It was too much for me to expect my child to be able to be in charge of putting away all of the books, because he was getting a lot out all the time, so I was constantly just sort of going after him, helping to put things away. And I had them in various locations in the house. So if you think about it, 5 minutes a day for every day a month is about 2 hours. And now I'm spending roughly 30 minutes changing it up once a month. So hey, you know, you gotta save time, right? Wherever you can find it. And so let's talk about a little bit about the pros and cons of having a book rotation. So some of the pros is that with less books and less options available to him, he goes deeper in the books that he does have access to, instead of sort of lightly looking through all of the different books or having me read them once in a while. He has the opportunity to really look at the pictures over and over again. We might go deeper into the stories, ask different questions, come up with fun little games, you know, some inside jokes with some of the books, which is really fun and a great way to connect with your child. And so I really enjoyed that part about book rotation. Another part, like I said, it's less cleanup and it's less clutter. I do not like a lot of clutter. I'm a very visual person, and so if I see it, I have to clean it up. So this way, things are just more tidy, more organized, and my son can manage it. So now, the most that I have to do is just remind him, oh, look, I think, you know, you left a book out, where does it go? And then he can easily manage his 1 or 2 books that are out versus like the 20 that would be out at all times before the book rotation. And then, you know, he's really eager after I do the book rotation. There's new books out, so he gets really engaged for a long time and really enjoys the process of seeing what new books are out and looking through them and having me read them. So that's always fun too. So some of the cons I have seen with book rotation is that he doesn't have access to all of the books. So if there's one book he's particularly wanting to read, it may not be out. I try to follow his interests the best I can, but if I pick out a book or something that just is not engaging for him, you know, I try to just put on my little scientist goggles and I try to figure out why. Why doesn't he like this book? Is it too hard? Is it just not of interest to him? Is there something about it? Is there something on a certain page he doesn't like? Is there a way that I could read it differently that he would enjoy it more? Always put on your scientist goggles when you see something's up, so if you can try to observe why it's happening, then you can fix it. In that case, a lot of times I'll just leave the book out for a little bit longer and see if he does come back to it if I can't figure out why. And sometimes he does, and sometimes he doesn't. Also, you know, in Montessori, we're trained to follow the child's interests, right? We're following his lead. We're following what he's interested in. So if I, you know, have a book in storage and all of a sudden he gets an interest in school buses, which my son's really interested in school buses right now. He wants to see them all the time, talk about them every day. And so if I know that I've got a school bus book or something that has a school bus in it that's tucked away somewhere, then I, you know, have to spend time to go get it or miss that opportunity to sort of support that interest. So those are some of the cons that I see of book rotation, but the pros definitely outweigh the cons, especially when you can mix in the library once or twice a month, because you can go there and find some great books and, you know, 1, 2, 3, add to your rotation for that month, and it really helps to kind of lengthen the time that you can have your certain books out. So let's see, my setup. So I have little bitty baskets filled with, I don't know, 3 or 4 books. Sometimes it gets more than that throughout the month. We're at the very end of a long month, and so he's pretty bored with his books. He's ready for some new ones. And so I have baskets in different places. So this is kind of our library where we keep our books, and down at the very bottom shelf I have 2 baskets for him, these black ones that I keep certain books in. And then I have a basket that I keep in his bedroom, a basket that I keep in the bathroom, and a basket that I keep out in the front room next to kind of a lounge chair that he has if he wants to go in there and read. So let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sets of books that I set out with, you know, 3 to 5 books in each probably by the end of the month. And then I keep all the rest of my books in big tubs under my bed, because that's the only place we have storage in our tiny house. I also have this very unused laundry hamper that is great because it's got handles and it's sturdy and it holds a lot of heavy books. And I just keep that in my closet. So once a month I just get them and I pull them out and I refresh the books and I put them back out, and he's always just so excited to see them when they come out. So that's it. It's simple. I just wanted to give you an idea of why somebody would want to do a book rotation. In schools, a lot of teachers do book rotations, especially if they run by theme. You know, Valentine's Day, okay, we'll get all of our Valentine's Day books out. Fall is coming, okay, all of our fall books out. So that's a great way too. If you have a lot of books, then you can also do that if you're at home. So I think that's about it. I'm kind of curious what you think about a book rotation. Is it something you do? Would you be interested in implementing it into your space, whether it's school or at home? Do you think I'm a crazy person because I am making a video about this and I spend a half an hour doing this every month? So I think that's it. So thank you so much for watching. Before we go, I always like to pick a promise of God to read to you at random and then say a little prayer. So if you want to stick around for that, that'd be awesome. Otherwise, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you would like more videos about things like this, and head to my channel and see what other videos I have pertaining to Montessori. Okay. So let's see, God, what promise do the listeners that can hear my voice need to hear today? Okay. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Psalm 34:18. So the Lord is close to them that have a broken heart. All right, so Lord, if we've got some broken hearts out today, well, I just lift them up to you. I say thank you so much that you've given us a promise that you are close to the brokenhearted, that that you are there with them, Lord. You are there as a comfort and a healer. Thank you for that, Lord. You are amazing that even if it's something that we've done that we know we oughtn't have done, you are there to love us no matter what. So thank you for that, Lord. I just ask an extra blessing over those who can hear my voice today, Lord, for the family that they live in, for the children and their life, Lord, that you help them have a refreshed spirit and a heart that becomes open and healed and eager to see what their child in their life is interested in this moment, and to stay present with them, Lord. And thank you, because children are such a healer to our hearts, Lord. Just being with them heals our hearts. So thank you for that, Lord. Thank you for children. And I ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.